guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Difeyu and I'm back with another video today. So now in today's video I am going to be showing you guys how to draw your brows as a beginner. I know that there are a lot of you who do not know how to draw your brows and like you just find it difficult, and doing fully well that brows is like the first thing you need to learn how to do before doing any other part of the makeup, which is why I'm going to be showing you the simplest way to draw your brows and all the things you need to know pertaining to this. So now you want to learn how to do this, please keep watching. Okay, first thing you need to know when drawing your brows is that brows are like sisters, not twins, which is why when you're trying to draw your brows you should have it in mind that in as much as they're trying to make your brows look alike, you should also know that there will be a little difference between the two of them. So the second tip you need to note when drawing your brows is that the color of your brow pencil should complement your skin tone or your brow shade. E.g., if you're a fair person, you cannot have two dark brows unless your brows are actually dark. I don't know if that makes sense, but it will be weird if you are carrying like very black brows on your face and you're a fair person. I don't know if that makes sense. And if you're a dark skinned person, you also need to note that you have to either use a dark brown shade to draw your brows or a black brown a black brow pencil, being that if you use a lighter shade of brown, it might not necessarily show. Do you get? Like, it might not necessarily like have that effect on you. Then tip 3, your brows should be natural, should look natural. It shouldn't look too defined, it shouldn't look too fake. Yes, your brows shouldn't look too fake. Your brows should look as natural as possible. Tip 4, the tools you need when drawing your brows. You basically need 5 things to draw your brows with. The first thing is a spooning or a mascara wand. So I don't know what name you know it as, but I shall know it as a spooning. Then the second thing you also need when drawing your brows is your brow pen. So you don't need, as a beginner, you do not need something technical, something difficult. Third thing you need when drawing your brows is your angle brush. You guys, you need this angle brush. There are different brushes for different uses, so an angle brush is the easiest thing for you to draw your brows with or to define your brows with. A brush like this. Then another thing you need when drawing your brows is your concealer, which should be 1 or 2 shades lighter than your normal skin foundation, your normal foundation. I think it's like 1 or 2 shades lighter than my foundation color. Then the next thing, the 5th thing you need when drawing your brows is your foundation. The Zaron Healthy Glow foundation, I use mine in the shade FZ40. So those are the 5 tools you need to draw your brows with. Tip 5, there are 3 points you need to note in order to help you draw your brows better. That is the start point, the arc point, and the end point. The start point being that where your brows is supposed to start from, arc point is where you're supposed to draw your arc, and the end point is where your brows is supposed to stop. These things help you to navigate it well. So how I usually get to navigate which point is which is this. I use this. So like I basically place, you can get any brush, that you have. I basically place this on the bridge of my nose. So I use this to measure here, wherever, like once I place it here, the bridge of my nose, wherever the brush starts from is where I know that okay, the line of my brows is supposed to start from. So I measure it with a dot. So the next thing I need to note is my arc point. So being that this spooning is still on the bridge of my nose, I will just arc it a little here, just like is it 90 degrees or 60 degrees? Bro, I wasn't good with math, so like I won't know, but like I think just angle it like a little, like 90 degrees up, and then show the point. This shows where it's supposed to start from, this shows where it's supposed to arc, and while it's still on the bridge of my nose, I'll show you where it's supposed to end. Somewhere here. Once you have realized your points, it's easy for you to draw your brows. So I know that this is where my brows is supposed to start from. I know that this is where it's supposed to arc, and I know that this is where it's supposed to end. So what I usually do, the first thing you do is to draw a line underneath the brows, following the shape of the brows. So I use my spooning to brush up my brows, to put them in place. So once they're in place, I draw my brows draw a faint line underneath it and just follow. So I just draw a faint line underneath my brows, stop at the point where I'm supposed to, bearing in mind that this is my arc point. So I just follow my brow shape, then so once I am done and I've drawn my brow, you notice that the line down started from this point, but the one up did not start from here, set a little back. Reason is that I do not want my brows, I want my brows to look as natural as possible, which is why I'm going to leave a little space here so that I will just fill it with light strokes. So then I go in and fill in my brows with light strokes. In essence, you just do light strokes and follow the hairs, your brow hair. So when I get to this front, I'm just doing really light strokes. Once I'm done, then I brush it up with the same spoon. The next thing is to conceal under the brows. Now the essence of concealing under your brows is to help you correct and like shape it well. You get. One thing you should note is that the edge of your angle brush should, like this small edge here, should face the brows that you're doing at the moment. For instance, if you are doing the brows on your right hand side, the longer side of the brush should be on the left, and the shorter side should face the right. And if you are doing the one for the brows on your left hand side, the longer side of the brush should face the right and the shorter side on the left. So the first place I start from is here, where my arc is supposed to be, and I just follow the line. Because my brows is already looking big and I particularly don't like my brows looking big, so what I do is I try to reduce it a little from here and then just conceal following the line gently. So while you are using the lighter shade underneath and the darker shade, you use your normal foundation shade over the top so that it can blend in well. Please note, do not use the lighter shade that you use for underneath your brows. Do not use it up here because it will make your brows look so cakey, and by the time you're done and you end up putting in your brows, it's just going to be so obvious and it will be so hard for you to blend in that lighter shade on the top. So I just go in over with my foundation shade. So you know when you're doing underneath the brows, you are using the shorter side on the right. So when you want to draw the brows, it's the same way. You just turn it upside down. So what I do is I just follow the line of my brows. Then when I get here, I try to reduce in by pressing in towards the brows. Done, I go over the brows again with the spooning to just try to arrange everything. That's how to draw your brows. So let me just fix in this. Once you have drawn your brows, the next thing is for you to go over it with your powder underneath your eyebrows and on top of it, so it will just blend in well. You do this especially if you're not doing any other makeup aside from drawing your brows, so it won't look so oily and sweaty. You just like set the brows with powder. So guys, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. I hope you learned something from it and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section what you enjoyed from this, what you learned from this tutorial at all, and if it was helpful to you at all. Also let me know in the comment section where you find difficulty in doing, like what makeup aspect is hard for you to do, and see if I can do a tutorial on it. Also like this video, comment, share to your friends. Please let them come and learn how to draw their brows, okay? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified when I upload a new video. And with all that said, see you guys next time. Bye.